Okay, I'm going to explain to everybody how to do some Caltracs adjustments. Everything I was told by everybody was way off. Every time I adjusted them like they said do, the car never hooked. It spun like crazy. I had to let my tires down to 10 pounds of air, 9 pounds of air, and it still barely hooked. The best setting I have found with these Caltracs is they say to put a dime underneath here and adjust it up tight. I did that, didn't work. Did it for years, tried it, kept trying it, didn't work. Called the company, great people. I'm not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form. Wish I was, but I'm not. I bought everything with my own money out of this. First thing I bought was the Caltracs online. Some guy had them brand new, sold them. That's the only way I could afford them. And then I did that 1 year, couldn't get them to hook. So I thought that it was the leaf springs. So I bought the Calvert leaf springs, which were $400 or $500. Still didn't hook. So then I went and bought the sliders. Still didn't hook. So look, these are just some aftermarket AFCO sliders. And I bought the Calvert shocks because I thought that would make it hook, because they said, well, it needed this and this and this and this. Bought them, still didn't hook. I could not get this car to hook for nothing. So after probably 2 years of messing with it, I finally decided to try something new. I put it on the top hole, wouldn't hook, made it hit harder, still spun like crazy off the line. So then I finally started tightening them up, and it rode rough as all get out. I mean, it was like the terriblest ride, but it hooked. When I turned them up, probably a half a turn, it started hooking. Started picking the front end up really good. I turned it up more, so I got 1 turn in it, and this car 60 foots like crazy now. So I don't know if somebody's got the wrong, whatever the deal is on the instructions. The instructions in my car did not work. I tried and tried and tried. I couldn't get it to work unless I put 1 turn of preload in, or half a turn at least of preload in them. So what I did was I numbered each of these little notches right here where the spanner wrench goes, and I loosened both of them and got them to where they were barely touching on each side, and then I'd take the spanner wrench and turn this from 0 back around. You know, if I wanted 4 or 5, there's actually five things on it, 5 spanner wrench notches. So I'd turn it back around to 0 or 4. I'd usually keep it at 4 or 0. And then I'd go to the other side, and then I knew I had it right on level ground. I'd turn the other one to 0. And then I knew I'd had a 1 full turn on each side. And the car goes straight. I didn't have to sit in the car. I don't ever sit in the car or anything like that. I tried that. It would always go to one side. It seemed to work better with just 1 turn on each side, instead of, like they say, someone sit in the car. I've heard all kinds of stories. Sit in the car and adjust them, and then put more on one side than the other, and this and that and the other, and my car would never go straight. The only way I've got this thing to go straight was the even amount on each side. And I've been racing this car for quite some time now. But when I installed this stuff, it hooked okay, but when I put the sliders on, I angled them, as you can see. I'm not that great of a welder either, but they've been holding on this for quite a while. The sliders are actually angled towards the front of the car down, and I made a little bracket up there and angled them down, and they work really, really good. The sliders do. Without the sliders, it didn't work as good. So I would invest the $100 or whatever it is on the sliders, because they will make it hook. I have my shocks probably on 3 or 4, it just depends on the track. But our Caltracs system worth the money, Calvert? Yes, they are. I thought for a while that they wasn't, but in the end, after I got it lined out, it was well worth the money I spent on them, and they do work. If anybody is hesitant on buying them, I wouldn't be, because they really do work, or at least mine do. And I've seen a lot of guys use them out at the track, and they really do hook. If you